Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. I caught an episode of We Are the Campbells on TV One. If you don't know, We Are the Campbells is a reality show about the gospel singer Erica Campbell and her family. And there were some pretty interesting topics that came up on one of the episodes. And one of the topics were about colorism. Erica's daughter Krista said that she noticed that guys don't talk to her because she's overweight and also because she's dark-skinned. And I made a post about this on my Instagram page. If you don't follow my Instagram, please follow it. Also in the episode, Erica Campbell's husband, Warren Campbell, made some pretty interesting statements. If you don't know who Warren Campbell is, he is a well-known producer and songwriter, and he also owns a record label called My Block. And he works under Sony, I believe. And he tries to break in new artists in the industry. Now, he revealed that it's harder to break dark-skinned artists. He has a sister named Joyce Starr who he has been trying to break in the industry. However, label executives, top executives, refuse to invest in her or take her seriously because she's dark-skinned.
Matter of fact, I remember talking to one executive, and I never told her this. He basically said she was too dark. Like, she is talented. She is so. The executive, the main guy, the chairman was a white guy. He was like, yeah, I don't know. If I can be honest, color plays a factor.
And colorism is not even the only thing. Racism is a big deal in the music industry as well, because Warren Campbell told his sister Joy that record executives want her sound, but they don't want her to be black. They rather have a white girl sing black music.
Keep it 100. I've had some pushback even with trying to do things with you. I had executives tell me, like, yeah, she's great, but she's a little too dark-skinned, we think. Yeah. Then they went as far as to say, bring me a white person that sings like that, sings that music. Oh, I'll sign that tomorrow.
This right here is some hard truth, and I know there's a lot of people out there who are not in the dark about this. They know that colorism is a huge factor in the music industry, especially among women. Jermaine Dupri, who was the owner of So Def Records, he has worked with a lot of other label executives, and he knows the conversations that go on, and he even revealed that colorism is a real thing.
Those are the quiet conversations that's out here. You know what I mean? Like, the dark-skinned female singer still is having a hard time in the music business. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's still out here. You know, it's not the thing that people jump across the table immediately when they see a dark-skinned girl. When I had Dondria, it was like, she can sing, but, Escape was called ugly for 10 years.
And Matthew Knowles, who is Beyonce's father, revealed the same thing. He was managing Destiny's Child's career, and he noticed how big colorism and racism is in the music industry.
Go back 15 years, and from a colorism perspective, show me at pop radio the number of black women that were of high complexion and the number of black women that were of dark complexion that got airplay. Black women that have been successful with airplay were all of light complexion.
Normally I don't talk about colorism on my channel because I personally feel like it causes unnecessary dissension among black people. And you get into these whole debates where you have people of light complexion and dark complexion fighting against each other. And really, we should come together and fight against the system, okay? The music industry is one of those systems that we need to start petitioning for change, because you have 3 black men who have worked in executive levels saying how difficult it is to push dark-skinned and black artists, female artists specifically. This issue should not be ignored anymore. It has to be put on blast, because if label executives are discriminating against black women, dark-skinned black women at that should be put on blast. What also should be put on blast is the fact that these label executives do not invest as much money in black artists as they do in their white artists. That's another thing that needs to be put on blast. And this is not me ranting about the music artists that are successful in the music industry, because they're talented, they work hard, they do what they have to do, so they deserve to be where they are. So this is not me discrediting any artist in the music industry. I'm specifically talking about these label executives, these people who run the music industry. I'm specifically talking about them.
When I got to Sony as a manager and executive, I was asked to manage an all-girl group that was white, an all-boy group that was white. So I noticed for a fact that their budgets were different, their recording budgets were different, their marketing budgets were different, their advances were different than those in the urban division.
We don't have any black superstars, and I want to specifically talk about black female artists because there are more black male artists than there are black female artists that are being pushed. These are facts. Where are the black female superstars? I'm talking to these label execs now. Where are they? Because in the 90s, you had a plethora of black female superstars with all different complexions, all different sounds. They were selling platinum records because the people loved them and they loved their music. But why is it that there are no longer any more black female superstars? I'll tell you why. It's because a lot of these white label executives do not want to invest in black talent. They don't want to invest in black artists that look a certain way, black artists that are not marketable enough. These are facts. And black artists that make certain music. Hip hop is the only thing that they're focusing on because it's now mainstream music. But what about other genres of music like R&B? Why is it that R&B is dead? Is it because no one cares about R&B? That's not true. LMA has an R&B song called Boot Up that has been on repeat, and it made it to the top 10 on the Billboard charts, and it sold 1 million units. But her label executives took a year to push this song. Now why? If you know that the people love the music, why would you take so long to push it? You know, honestly, it boils down to not having enough black outlets and black people in executive positions, because when black people were in these executive positions, they were the ones really making moves and pushing out a lot of these black artists, especially in the 90s. In the 90s, you had the heavy hitters like P. Diddy, you had Jermaine Dupri, you had L.A. Reid and Babyface, and also you had numerous producers and numerous talent scouts who were looking out for some of these black artists, and they were creating stars. But you no longer have that now. And when you don't have black people in these positions to look out for other black artists, a lot of these black artists just go under the radar. P. Diddy just revealed in a recent interview that you have these record label companies that are making so much money off of our culture, our art form, but they are not investing or believing in us. For the billions of dollars that these black executives have been able to make them, there's still hesitation to put them in the top level positions. They'll go and they'll recruit cats from overseas. It makes sense to give executives of color a chance and embrace the evolution instead of it being that we could only make it to president or senior VP. There's no black CEO of a major record company. That's just as bad as the fact that there are no black majority owners in the NFL. That's what really motivates me. So those were P. Diddy's comments, but you know what? I feel like at this point, I agree with Damon Dash when he says that black people really need to start taking control of our own. We need to have more digital platforms, more streaming services, and more record labels. And there are different platforms in the industry. You do have Quality Control, which is a record label and a management group that have artists like the Migos, Lil Yachty, and Cardi B. Also, you have Top Dog Entertainment that have artists like Kendrick Lamar and SZA. You have Chance the Rapper doing things independently. So there are people who are making these moves, but we need more of that if we really want to produce black stars and give black artists a fighting chance in the music industry, particularly dark-skinned women, because they do get treated unfairly. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.